right, guys, I'm with my boy Locals at Dom. Oh, sorry, I'm here with my boy Dom at Locals. He got 6th place at Regional. Let's see the list, sir.
Alrighty. I was just playing Spright. So we got 3 blue, 3 jet, standard. Pixies, red, carrot. Just standard stuff. Pixies came in clutch a lot of the times just to get over stuff. I see people cutting it, but you don't need to. It's just good to have another name. And then 3 beaver, 2 angler, standard. I mean, I kept bricking on this all day, but like I didn't get hand trapped a lot, so I was able to just like when I summon swap off a gigantic, just pitching it and then getting 2 more bodies. But sometimes it's just really a brick to be in my hand. And then we have the goat himself, Swafrog. I love this card so much. I love playing it in Edison, so if it's good in 2010, it's good in 2022. Always got to keep playing Swafrog. Hyperion, this card didn't really come up. I never really saw it, or I never really summoned it, but it's good just to have, just to be able to have a different card if you draw your swap or your angler. The one time I did draw it though, I really needed it to draw me something and it didn't, and I just lost the match because of it, but it is what it is. And then hand traps I played were 3 Ash and 3 Imperm. Ash was pretty mid, not gonna lie, but I wanted something more generic for the regional just in case I was playing against Rogue, which I did play a lot of. And then Imperm also too was just a good generic card to be able to activate from your hand and they can't talent you. And then we also played the Bestials, which was 2 Druisworm, a Sornir, and 3 Magnemite. I only played 6. I know some people play like 9 or like 8 or whatever, but I felt like this was a good ratio. I just wanted to be able to have, I didn't play 3 Druisworm because I wanted to be able to have a different name to activate, where I was able to, in one game, I was able to activate all 3, which is really funny and like really glad I played a different name to search and summon. These cards are insane. And then 3 starter, the Smashers. I was really debating on playing 2 of this because the tier cards will make you mill 5 or 10 or whatever. So it was really considerate about playing the second one, but I didn't really play enough tier for it to really matter. So the one was just fine.
What would you have cut the second one for?
I probably would have just played 41 and just played the second one, but I was just like, it's whatever. It is what it is at the last minute. And then a call by and 3 talents. Talents was pretty good. Call by was pretty mid. I never really saw it, but you need a card that stops when you're going first, stops any type of tier card. And then 3 Pot of Prosperity. You know, the really funny thing is, I accidentally banished 2 Gigantics off of this because I was rushing and I was just playing, and it was close to time and I was playing against a friend, a local guy, and I accidentally banished both Gigantics and still won. So it was really funny, but always pay attention to what you're banishing.
Yeah.
And I'll go with the extra deck. 3 Elf, card's insane. Card's goated, should probably be at 1. Spright Sprint, card's crazy, goated. And then Dark's Dark. It's so good. And then 2 Gigantic. Like I said, never banish 2 Office of Prosperity ever again. I will definitely pay attention more. And then the Djinn, this never really came up, but it's good just to have if you really draw balls to walls. It detaches 2 to negate a monster effect and burn for 5, so it is good in those when you're close to time scenarios to negate a monster effect. And then Toad, the goat. Mannequin Cat, this card's crazy. This really helps with some side deck tech and being able to just summon Chaos Hunter going against Flu. So when your opponent special summons a monster, you can target the monster and special summon something from your deck with the same type or attribute. So against tier, you can just summon Ivy Anubis again, or the Touchman Newman. It's like a level 1 Aqua. That's really good. But this is really good against Flu when they D-shifter you, and then you could target it, and then summon the D-shifter, and then target the D-shifter again for the effect, and summon a Chaos Hunter. So then you're fine. And then Onibaru just to banish problems and just be able to.
What does he do? He's different.
Yeah, I mean, this card's detach 1, target a card, banish into your opponent's end phase, so this really gets over bodies that can't be destroyed by battle by card effects, just to push for a game. And then Downard, Sky Cavalry. This should really be the number 2 XYZ from Battles of Legend. But I couldn't find one in time, but this was good enough. And that other card didn't really come up anyways, but it's something I should definitely consider in the future. And then Zeus. And the card that really ever came up was Walla. I mean, it came up once, but every time I just banish it off Prosperity. It's 2 or more level 6s, and you get a different effect for how many you detach. If you detach 2, you can target a monster, special summon it to your side of the field, face up or face down, or if it's a regular card, you get to set it. Also, the attack gaining bonus is you gain 100. All your monsters gain 100 for every card your opponent controls. So it came up the one time where I did need to crash over everything, but like I said, I just banish it off Prosperity most of the time. It could literally be whatever you want it to be, like
You
Phoenix.
make the Bistials, right?
Yeah, you just make it with the 2 Bistials, or whatever level 6 you get talents to, which is really funny. But it didn't really come up. And then side deck, 3 Lightning Storm. This card is just crazy. I was thinking about playing like Raigeki or Dark Hole just because they're not once per turn, to be able to hit the tier board and then hit it again, just because they summon them in defense. But overall, this was fine. 3 evenly. Card's the nuts. It's the only way to get rid of a tier board for sure. Get rid of other terrible boards like flow boards. And then 3D Shifter. You have to play this in your side deck. That's the only way you can win against tier. If they Baguska you, they Baguska you. It is what it is. At least you save yourself for a turn or try to push. And then Tatsumi Newman.
What did that do? That's different.
And Double Cross. I mean, this is the real combo where if you're going...
Card don't even look real. It looks fake.
It is old. It's old. It's from Shining Darkness. It says neither player can summon cards 1800 or more. So the real combo is to search this with your jet going game 2s or going first game 3, to where you send this off Swap Frog and you can set this card, and it could either summon this guy or it could take one of your opponent's monsters and attach it to a card's XYZ material. So when people see this card in the graveyard, they get really pressured of like trying to play weird around it by summoning lower guys, and if they ever try to summon something, I would just more than likely just take it instead of summoning this guy. But this just really helps play around Dark Ruler if some bozos are playing it. And then Eye of Anubis, like I said, this was for tier when you Mannequin Cat, and this is what you keep in your side deck just to summon. It only came up once, like kind of like Winmore scenario where I summoned it off of Mannequin Cat, but it's still good to have. If you're playing against 5-6 tiers, this is like really good and relevant to side deck.
Yeah.
And then Resonator. And then Chaos Hunter, this is again Flu, just if they special summon, or even against Runic Spright, which is really funny. This comes in for that too. But this only happened the once. But if all your locals are Flu, you definitely should be playing this card. And then Gamma Burst.
That card's annoying.
Yeah, I beat you with it. You didn't realize this was coming. So like if you get D-shift, if you draw a D-shifter.
I didn't know that card existed. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, this card's so good. It so lets you be able to OTK because if you D-shifted them, they can't do much. They put a very mediocre board and then you just kill them. It's also good just to keep, like if you are playing against a deck that doesn't play Light to Jerks and you have to side out all your Bistials. So like I just keep this in even going first too, because when they're trying to break your board, it's something to boost. But overall, this card was really good, this regional.
All right, any final thoughts, sir?
It was like overall a good regional. Everyone was nice. Nothing to really complain about. Ran pretty smooth besides like starting late, but that's like every regional.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Quality and Emporium, two of my favorite locals, and shout out to my fiance for supporting me every time I play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Nice. All right, thanks for the profile, sir.